So it's time to work on Myles again. Down the hard start issue on poor Myles, and why it just wouldn't stay running. And so thought it worked on. You know, Brian and Chris, it was funny, they messaged me both at the same time late Saturday night and said, hey, what's going on with the Suburban? I was like, well, I think it needs a fuel pump. So Tuner Chris came over and he's like, okay, well, he checked a bunch of things on the tune just to see what was going on. And he's like, yeah, you know, we checked the fuel pressure on the gauge. It's like, yeah, you're about 10 psi running, RPM, all of that. You're about 10 psi lower than you need to be. So we are going to do a fuel pump today. We need to do it before it rains because it's going to be nasty today. So we got two ways to do this. We can either jack it up in the back and drop the tank. I don't want to do that. Did that in the Tahoe. Not so much fun. So we're going to pull the seat out. Should be pretty easy. Watch that. I was surprised. There are a ton of videos on how to do that. So we're going to take all this stuff here and we're going to pull our seat out, pull back the carpets and everything, and we're going to cut an access hole into the floor, not through the carpet. We're going to pull the carpets back and go from there. We're going to cut an access hole here, and we're going to change that fuel pump. I think we're double layered here. If you look close, there are some spot welds right there. But yeah, there's our panel. So I need to get a screwdriver. I dropped in here, but there's actually a good amount of drop. I dropped the wheel a little bit more than I wanted to, but I think we're going to be in good shape. Like I said, we might need to scrape that corner, zing it just a little bit. Let me grab a screwdriver and put this dude over here. I took out the spring on this Pittsburgh one, so yeah, unplug it just in case. All right, back in a minute. So what we've done now was I cleaned up the edges a little bit so I wouldn't totally scrape my hand. And we went ahead and sprayed this down with our favorite Super Clean, old bottle, new spray. So I'm gonna go ahead and we went ahead and deprimed the fuel rail as well, just to get the old the gas out of it. There wasn't much gas in that line at all. I don't know if that was from just being low pressure or having the battery unplugged, but I didn't try cranking it afterwards, so honestly I don't know. So we're gonna go ahead and clean up these lines here as best we can. Went ahead and vacuumed out you know, the majority of debris that I could get to. So we'll just try to get some of the scum off here, just so we're not dropping stuff back into the, I just got it. I should probably put a glove on right there. I are stupid. One guy, they put tape on this edge too, which is pretty smart. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I think I'm going to put the tape on the edge so I don't scratch. Bleeding! Alright, I'll be back. Alright, we're recording. Gotta turn off.
You can't see him.
Turn off Say Goodnight Kevin. He's usually my jams I listen to while I'm working. Alright, so got some grease on the top still, so I thought, well, let's go ahead and undo our fuel lines, and then we can use the fuel, recycle that fuel to clean our connections. So I'll grab these little edges right here, and there we go. There's one fuel line. We got to reuse these clips. Remember, reuse your clips. Got a new fuel filter on this last week. Not much gas. it wasn't pumping much at all. I don't know why. Alright, so there's a few lines. Take a little corner of the rag and kind of clean out our connections here. Kind of inspect the O-rings there. Alright, we'll go ahead and pull off. Just kind of stay. Might get in the way later, but we'll go ahead and use the little pliers. Ear up here and over the edge. You may not be able to see that, but so keep that one. Because they don't give you new ones. You got to keep them. Sorry for the lighting. Not the best. I could probably take this cardboard out, but the camera is resting on the cardboard. Alright, so there's the clips. Alright. Not really that much gas, so we're just going to have to... A bandage on my finger, how you like that? We'll just have to kind of clean this the rest of the way. We got our little lock over here. You may not be able to see them. There we go. Maybe you can see it now. So I'm going to clean up that some more. It's amazing. Just a little bit. You know how it works. Just a little bit of this dirt is everywhere. And we can't really get it all off, but I just wanted to get as much as we could. Really figured there'd be a little bit more gas, but kind of help with that, but guess not. Alright. Grab another semi-clean rag. So really the hardest part I find with these is always this ring. Getting it off, piece of cake. Getting it back off, ugh. You gotta have some patience. Gotta have some patience with that. Alright. But first I think we have to do something with this lock ring. I'm actually forgetting that part. Let's see. I remember. A bunch of metal shavings collect on the let's see. I might have to look up something on here because I don't remember what the plastic clip. I know we need to move this that way, our metal ring, but then it lines up with the let's see. What do we do with the plastic clip? I don't think the whole thing moves. Yeah, so doing it from here, as annoying as this work is still nice, but when you have to drop this, you gotta have the vehicle so far, and you're kind of having to sit like this to be able to do all that work, and it really, you know, is a lot easier to do it this way. So I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna have to go back and watch a video here in a minute, and if I can't get it. Alright, so here's what I forgot. This clip right here, get closer up. This clip right here, what happens is it locks in here. So you gotta take, you know, once you line it back up properly, you gotta line it and kind of squeeze it out. It's pretty flexible. And that's what I totally forgot about. I was like, oh man. So that's the key. You just wanna pull that before you you just undo that clip before you pop that out. So our pump's already kind of popped up here, so we're gonna press it back down and clean out some more of that chrome. All right, well, once I get it on, I'll let you know. It'll be a little bit. All right, so we got all plugged in and finally got the ring back. Bear's helping me. All right, key on. Okay, Bear. Go ahead and start. All right, there we go. Oh, it sounds good. It's alive. We got the battery plugged back in, which is why it started. That's a pretty good first start. We're not, you know, not totally sure it's gonna fix everything, but it sounds better. We'll probably put the gauge on there and just make sure that's not an issue. I think we're closer to ruling that out, or figuring it out anyways, so. But anywho, it's not cutting on and off as bad, so that's good. I'll turn the vent on. Nice and cold, isn't it? I mean, it's cold. It cools fine. It's just, you know, the weird when keeping it running, keeping the AC compressor running when like your RPMs drop, like a stoplight or on idle when you're backing up. Popped off there, but it's still cold. Normally it goes to that weird.
Yeah.
That came back on, so that's better compared to the. It didn't get to that dank kind of nasty air.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It didn't know. It didn't know. But
Because it just feeling like it's the same.
yeah, because it would automatically just. All right, so there it is. Beautiful fuel pump. It was nice. The connections were the same, so we're getting easy to work on. So I'm gonna work on a few ideas on the hatch there. AC still running, and we'll go from there. But so far, battery is about to die, lower. So far, I think we're on the right track.